It was the first day of summer, and the fair was open for business. Families were arriving from all around. The air smelled like candle floss and hot dogs. This year, there was a new main attraction. It was a beautiful carousel. This ride was very special. It was busy all day long. A fairy had sprinkled magic dust over the carousel animals. The ride made the children feel like they were flying, and the animals came to life at sunset. One night, Mala the tiger said, "Is anyone else little bored?" Apollo the unicorn nodded. All of a sudden, they heard a noise just like a bell. Ding! The fairy appeared, fluttering her wings. The unicorn stepped forward and squished his glittering mane. "I wish I could fly." The other animals cried, "Me too." "Very well," said the fairy, "but what about the children? If you all fly away, they won't be able to go on the carousel and feel its magic." The animals went quiet. "As you wish," said the fairy. With another ding, she disappeared in a cloud of fairy dust. The dust floated through the air and landed softly on the animals. They all began rising up into the sky. "Whee!" said Apollo as they flew off in different directions. Apollo was amazed at how fast they could fly. He headed straight for the North Pole. "I am free!" he called to the stars. Apollo watched the northern lights dance across the sky. "I will visit the pyramids next," he said to a polar bear. As quick as a flash, Apollo flew to Egypt. The anonymous pyramids were dazzling. "Wow! How did the humans build those?" he laughed. Apollo visited the Great Sphinx. He stood and gazed at it for quite a while. He said, "I wish I could ask my friends what they make of you." Next, Apollo decided he wanted to cool down. He flew further south and came to some grand waterfalls. "This is so pretty," said Apollo. "I wish I could show the children at the fair." For the first time, Apollo felt a little lonely. It was nearly night time, so Apollo looked for somewhere quiet to rest. He found a small village. Children were playing together as the sun was going down. Apollo saw a boy and a girl holding hands as he looked up at the Milky Way. He wondered what they were saying to each other. Apollo felt so homesick that he flew back to the fairy ground. Ruby the elephant had also returned. "Apollo!" Ruby called. "In Africa, the elephants can't be friends with the lions." Leo the lion was there too. "The elephants all run from me when I try to play," he said. Next, Etta the hippo crashed back down to the ground. "Oh, thank goodness," she called. "Africa was so muddy." Then Mala arrived. "I didn't want to hurt other animals." Apollo saw that the sun was coming up. "I wish I could be back to the carousel." With a loud ding, the fairy appeared again, and so it is, she smiled, scattering fairy dust once more. The animals got back on the carousel, and later that day the children smiled with glee, enjoying the ride even more than usual. The end.